Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV transfer deadline day special with moi. I'm here to talk about the lack of transfers and why our owner is a complete and utter twat. Before I get started, please do smash like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV, all that game. The link is in the chat. Anyone who wants to come on, have their say tonight. I'm going to run this for about 45 minutes to an hour. So if you want to come on, you want to have your say about what is going on at West Ham, then my house is your house. So there you go on that. Obviously, yeah, today has been like a Sunday and a normal day. Any other day, it's just like it's transfer deadline day today. Yeah, we should be upbeat. We should be looking forward to like signings and having some reinforcements. But oh no, 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 no. Oh no, no. Sullivan, you do what you always do, mate. And you know what? Me, I'm a twat. I know people will be laughing at that, but I am. I'm a twat. I sort of thought he would do the right thing by this club, but this has cemented it for me that this geezer just generally doesn't give a shit. All it is for a pound note, and that's what it has been all along. West Ham are in their lowest moment right now. Right now is West Ham's lowest moment possible, yeah, this season, because we need help. And he's sitting there and he is doing fuck all about it. Absolutely nothing. And I've really tried to sort of get this going with Sullivan out, and obviously everyone else is doing their things. But to have a window of 33 days, we've had just under 5 weeks to sort out this defensive aspect, and we have left it to the last day to sort it out. That's an incompetent fucking owner for me. Right, that's an owner that does not care about this club. And do you know what? I think Nuno's a lot of things, right? I really do. I actually feel sorry for Nuno. I really do. I actually feel sorry for Nuno in this situation because he needs help, and you're asking him to sort of use the tools that he's got to build a masterpiece. Do you know what I mean? And it ain't going to happen. Like, let's be realistic here. It ain't going to fucking happen, is it? Let's be real. And we've got defenders who can't defend, and he needs help. Now, Disasi is umming and ahhing about it at the minute. He's umming and ahhing, thinking whether he fancies it or not. And we're sitting there with like, we're praying. Disasi says, yep, he's going to be here. Apparently he's having his medical right now. Like, you know, it's just a mess at this club. And the problem is, fans could run it better than Sullivan. Fans could run this club better, right, than David Sullivan, right? Like, you've known for months, yeah? We've had 5 weeks in this window, just under 5 weeks to sort this out, right? We still haven't sorted it out. And we've known since fucking October that West Ham need defenders. It's so hard to accept that our club is being run by a geriatric dwarf cunt. And I'm going to say it. Yeah, because that's what he is. He's a fucking no good, wrong and cunt, right? And I do not understand when I see people who still defend him all the time, aka Sean. Do you know what I mean? And honestly, anyone who sees these people who sort of stick by Sullivan, whether that's CNH or Sean or whoever, why don't they ask them the question of why do they do it? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go into a rant. I don't want to lose me rag. But for me, yeah, we've just got to get this owner out of this club, right? And I don't want to keep being like a broken record. I want to be better on E20 Zone TV, right? And I want to try and make this channel as the best I can make it, right? For the fans. This is for you guys, right? Because I don't have to do this, yeah? When do any of these other fucking so-called Sullivan fucking lovers do anything by this? They don't. And the question is why don't they? Why don't they come out and say this is unacceptable what you're doing to our club? It's not on. It's not on. And I could sit here and I could go into one, and I'm not going to make myself look like a right cunt. I simply am not, right? I've got hope with West Ham. That's all I've got. Yeah, all I've got at the minute is hope. I'm hoping West Ham stay up. Yeah. Sullivan could have helped this club right now in order to put a threat out to say, you know what, we're going to really try to stay in the league, yeah, and have a sort of plan in place. This ain't a plan. This is trying to grab whoever we can grab right now. Let's see who we can get last minute. He does it all the time, right? And I am going to do a video on this, right? And I'm going to use someone that I know very, very well. Shout out to Mark, because Mark's the guy. And we're going to do a video on this, me and Mark. And we're going to tell you all the people of all the times of when he's done the bait and switch move every single time. Every single time. Sullivan could have got the fans, right? Anyone who hates Sullivan, like me, he could have like sort of eased a little bit of pressure on him if he would have helped us in this window. Having 5 weeks, just under 5 weeks to go out, and you still haven't got a fucking defender, guaranteed. It's sickening. It really is sickening. And I agree with Bexley Hammer there. We need like 2 or 3 players. You know what I mean? It's unacceptable. And anyone who accepts it, they are the problem. They are the problem. And this is an open invitation now, before I allow Danny to come on, right? Anyone who wants to come on and debate this, I will get a panel together and they will come here, or I'll go on another platform, right? Because I need to understand what these people are seeing in this owner. The ones who back him. Yeah, because I can find shit ton of people who despise this man, like myself. There's shit ton of people that don't want this man here, but they articulate it better. People like Gio, who's very articulated. What a guy. Do you know what I mean? And there's people out there who will ask the right questions, right, of why you are backing this owner. Everyone in that ground who supports West Ham United should be looking at it and going, this is not right with this owner. He needs to go. He needs to go out the door, right? Why? Well, what is he doing to benefit West Ham? We are the 20th richest club in world football, ladies and gentlemen. 20th. We are the 20th richest club in world football, and we can't find a defender to play for this club. That is embarrassing. That's bad. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're only the 20th richest club because all he does is get the money in for himself and recycle transfer fees. I've been having rounds with people, yeah, and saying, no, it's going to be all right, right? It's going to be all right. And they're right. They're right. It was bang on the money, yeah. He's used the Paqueta money already. He's recycled that out. And this is the result. This is the result of it. He's a fucking vermin, right? No good, geriatric old cunt who needs to be thrown out the door by his fucking teeth, right? And I'm going to say it how it is, right? Because if this club goes down, I'm going to be heartbroken. I'm going to be devastated. Yeah, you're going to see a different side to me if we go down come the end of the season, right? Because then the gloves are firmly off then, and I'll be coming for every fucking one. Do you know what I mean? Sean, I'll tell you what, Sean's one of the worst. Yeah, but how does he get a fucking way of it? Anyone who fucking defends this geriatric cunt, right? Don't fucking cross my path. I'm telling you that now. I'm telling you that now because he's destroyed this club, and you sit there and you're taking a fucking bung. That's what you're doing. You're taking a pound note out of it. Do you know what I mean? A little fucking side brown envelope treatment. Fuck this, man. Danny, what you saying, mate?
I'm all good, mate. Besides David Sullivan ruining the most important transfer window in years for us, no, I'm all good, mate.
I agree.
Utterly disappointed, mate. You hit the nail on the head. Deadline day's excitement. It's getting signings in through the door. And we've done none of that today. And I don't think we'll even get Disasi. I think the fact that he's umming and ahhing about it, the longer and longer this drags on, I don't see it, to be honest with you. Yeah. Like you said, 5 weeks, 5 fucking weeks we have had to go and sign centre back. We have not got no one. It is fucking absolutely abysmal.
Do you know what it is, Dan? Yeah. Do you know what it is, Dan? Yeah. The reason why I'm angry is because there's still people out there who think this is not a problem. And my question to them is, when does it become a problem then? If it's not a problem to you now, right, and all you care about is watching West Ham play and that's it, when do you stand back and go, right, this is becoming a problem now and we're going to have to sort something out, right, we're going to have to do something? Because people are not protesting for a laugh. People have had enough, yeah? I don't know why. I must be a thick cunt. I must be a thick fucking prick because I thought he's going to sort it out this window. He's going to help the manager out and give us the best possible chance. and it is now the 2nd of February at 20 to 6 UK time, and he has done absolutely fuck all. And he's fucking about with the transfer right now. So we've
This is
got
exactly it, mate. Exactly it. Like you say, there has to come a point when even those people who are supporting this little vermin have to wake up and realise that he's ruining our club from top to bottom. Like the worst thing that makes me sick about this year is we've gone out and signed two strikers, and we now won't sign a centre half of a decent calibre. One, because of the position we were in, because the geezer doesn't invest money in previous seasons because he just recycles transfer money.
so
And
true.
secondly, because not only that, but he's done it exactly in the most important window, I think, in over the last few years for us. Because he's gone out and bought Tati, he's gone out and bought Pablo, and what he's done is he's used his Paqueta money and said, "Do you know what? I don't need to spend no more because I've spent the money at the start of the window." Which, in my eyes, if you're relying on two strikers to come in and save your season, we are never going to ever outscore opponents. That was evident against Chelsea.
Yeah, but
We
what
was
it is,
2-0
Dan,
up.
what it is, yeah, is that we've known for months. All of us,
Yeah.
listen, like, I've done this game all season long. I'm on every afterthought, yeah? I do every fucking like watch along that I can. I'm on here with you guys, yeah? And we've all used guys, right? Because we're all West Ham fans here, right? But the question that needs to be asked is, what is he seeing? Do you know what I mean? I could go out and get a team of about 30 geezers and go, right, I need some data analysis here from all the best players all around the world for the cheapest fees possible. That geriatric cunt can't even find a fucking player to come and play for us.
Not
Like,
only that, mate, but we
you
ain't
know,
even got a scout to go out and look at these fucking people and watch them play. We are literally just hoping that people go, yeah, do you know what? I'll take a chance and join West Ham. It's not
that's
fucking good enough. It's
that's
really not.
that's what it is, and it's sickening. Like, I'm not being funny enough here. Whether people like me or not, right? And I'm going to say this: whether people like me or not, or think I'm a cunt, because the amount of people that are so sensitive to E20 Zone TV, because I'm hitting a nerve. That's what it is. I hit a
Yeah.
nerve, and I say exactly how I feel, and I don't really give a fuck because these people are no irrelevant to me. Do you know what I mean? I care about like my fucking lot, and that's it, right? The issue I've got is, when are we going to look at this and say, this is enough now? You've done your time. You need to go, right, and force his hand. Now, there is one thing here, that is he preparing to sell in the summer? Is he going, right, I'm not investing no money into the club, right? This is what it is, and I'm going in the summer. And has there been an agreement in place whether West Ham go down or stay up, whatever, he's going. Yeah, if that's the case and he's going, right, I'm just using it as an example right now, so don't get carried away, people, right? Then fucking tell the fucking fans then. Come out and
100%.
say, and tell the fucking fans of all the people up and down the fucking land and all around the fucking world, and say, right, I'm leaving the club at the end of the year. And we could all dance in the fucking streets of East London, right? I will go down to Rush Green and I will fucking have a fucking boogie around fucking Rush Green, right? I've had enough of these people that keep defending this fucking prick. I've had enough of it now, yeah, because it's the same pattern over and over again. And I'm dumb, Dan. I'm a dumb prick because I thought he was going to do the right thing. Yeah, I thought he's got to do the right thing. He hasn't. He
You know what,
hasn't.
mate? I agree with you. At the start of the window, I thought getting these two signings in, I thought, do you know what? We're going to spend a bit of money in the hope that we can get out of this situation. The fact that after that we haven't gone and spent a penny or even got close to signing anyone shows that, like you say, either two things are going on behind the scene. One, he's preparing for relegation, or he doesn't give a fuck about the club, which we know anyway.
Yeah.
Or, like you say, secondly, he's waiting to sell. But I completely agree with you. If he's going to sell next season, he should come out and say it so that the fans have an understanding as to what's going on. But me personally, I think if we go down, he still doesn't sell, because I can't see him selling for the money that he's going to want for the club, which is an even worse situation being. So we've got a double-ended sword, really. We're
True.
going to go down, I think, and we're still going to have this same owner next year. But the fact of that, he's going to want to get us back up to then look like God's gift, and then turn around and say, do you know what, now I'll sell the club, that they're back in the Premier League so I can get the money I want from it.
So
And
true.
I can't see any other way about it, mate. Like, if we go down, what investor, because that's realistically what he is, because he's investing not his money, he's taking the club's assets and reinvesting that money.
He's always
What
done it though,
he's
Dan. He's
he's done it
he's
for
always
years. He's
he's
done it for
look. The thing
years.
is, when
Declan
people keep
Rice,
saying
Mohamed
it,
Kudus.
Yeah, but when people keep saying it, Dan, on these platforms, like Chris Sutton said it the other day, oh, West Ham have spent money. No, he
No, we
spent the
haven't.
club's. Yeah, right. All we've done is spent the club's money. The man does not put his own money into this club at all, right? The man doesn't, right? He recycles the club money and he makes it look like that he's spending a load of money when he actually isn't. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly
And
that, mate. And this is the thing, because he's, like you say, he's recycling money out of the club and to put it into new players. And the problem with that is, if you've not got an owner that's willing to show ambition or fight to get us out of this situation we're in, then we may as well give up now. Because I'm being completely honest with you, anyone, even if you're a West Ham fan or not, looking out into this club right now and say, right, realistically, they've conceded a lot of goals this year. They're shaky at the back. They can't hold on to a lead. We need to go and sign a centre half who can take control. It doesn't matter if you're a West Ham fan, if you're a fucking Sunderland fan, Chelsea fan. Anyone looking into the club can see that. The fact that our owners can't see that says two things to me. One, he's given up the fight and we're going to go down. Can't be asked. And
yeah.
that's also why I think he won't put his own money in as well,
So
because
let
he
me
can't
ask
do
you
it.
though. Like, let me ask you this: what do you believe is his method? Because I reckon he's preparing for relegation myself. I think
I
he's
agree.
looked at. I think he's looked at it. Right, he's gone. I can't gamble again because I already gambled on Lopetegui. Right, I've
Mhm.
gambled on Potter. Um, I think he's looking at it and going, if we stay up, it's a miracle, right? And we've got away with it. If we go down, he's preparing for that. It's like a contingency plan, right? He's looking at it from in the future. What makes me laugh is this geezer. He's not the future of West Ham, right? And I see a comment there from a gentleman who just said about he's having like rows with people on Facebook about being bald lovers. What I mean, honestly, these fucking bald lovers, mate. West Ham's been here for a long time. Thames Iron Works, right? E13, right? Let's all go back to E13, Upton Park, like the home that he stole from all us fucking fans. And he's in that fucking gaff. And he's built his wealth on us. That is why,
Exactly that.
Dan. That is why, Dan, I will never, and I mean this, I will never put a pound, pence, or cent into the London Stadium until that fucker's gone. Because he's not earning a crust out of fucking me, mate. I love this club like you do, Dan, right? And I know so many lads, and I speak to so many lads, right, who go home and away, and they love it, yeah. But they're like they're driven in by their heart, right? That's what it is, right? Because they love the club. They will get to a stage one day where they go, I've had enough of this, the way he's running the club, and they will start to walk away again. It's
Do you
sad,
know what?
mate.
And I think the day that happens is the day this club dies, mate. Because if I'm being completely honest with yourself, I've said it before on the space on Twitter, but if West Ham go down, I generally see us becoming a sleeping giant. I can generally see us becoming like a Coventry if we do not come straight back the next season. But I completely agree with you. I think that he is preparing for relegation. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to throw money into there because he knows for a fact that when we've done that previously, it hasn't worked. So at the end of the day, it's again that double-ended sword. It's, do I throw money at it and hope that we survive? And if I don't, it's going to put us in a worse situation. Or do I just accept the fact that we've fucked up and we're going to go down? And I think that he's just accepted the fact that unfortunately we're going to go down. That's sickening, absolutely sickening, considering that we've gone out and spent 50 million on two strikers when
Yeah.
probably we could have done with one. And then you could go and spend fucking 20
It's
million on a centre
it's
back.
not that. It's not that, right? And I'll ask this to anyone in the chat. Yeah. We're in a situation where we need help. Like,
Mm.
and the thing is with me, I will help any man. I will help any YouTuber, West Ham YouTuber, right? If they needed me, I'm there. Yeah. And I would be there. Where's Sullivan in all this? That's another person that I'm going to call out. Not just a geriatric fucking dwarf looking fucking Russian wearing that cunt. Not him. Where is Kudinski in all this?
Yeah,
Like,
that's the other thing that puts me off as well. He's a
he's
silent
another
partner
one.
at the moment.
He's silent. Fucking hell, mate. You know what I mean? He's silent as a fucking mouse. Like, we don't hear fuck all from this geezer. Like, he's there and he must be going, like, what is his hands tied? Like, and the problem is no one speaks out at this club, right? They don't go and talk sport, right? No one speaks out. So we're all sitting there going, this is not right. But what are you saying about it? And they want us to argue with each other, right? They want us to go at each other, right?
Mm.
Something Mark said to me a long time ago, the best way of destroying a fan base is having the fan base going at each other. And why the man stands back and watches it all happen. And that is David Sullivan, what he's doing right now. 100%.
He's always had a fall guy, mate.
Speaking to the mic, Dan, because your mic's
Oh,
gone.
sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Go.
I was just saying that he always has a fall guy as well, and there can only be so many fall guys before the eyes turn to him. And I don't understand how there's been so many fall guys in the past that people are now not realizing that he is the problem with this club. And in regards to the protests as well, I think they're a great idea, but I think they need to be stepped up now because at the end of the day, it's becoming too far. I mean, I remember Southend United. They went and marched outside Ron Martin's house demanding answers, and I'd do the fucking same to Sullivan as well. Because at the end of the day, if the pressure isn't directed at him, he don't give a fuck. And this is the big issue because he's quite happy to sit at the top of that stadium without a care in the world. I don't think I've ever seen that guy celebrate a goal well scored,
That's
to be
true,
honest
you
with
know.
you. And
That's true.
it's absolutely sickening because if he's a so-called supporter of this club and has been for many, many years, he would celebrate every goal like I do. And he doesn't. And this is the sickening thing about it because we've got an owner that not only don't care about the club, doesn't want to put money into the club either,
Yeah.
but simply does not care about the fans either. Because if he actually gave any amount of respect to the fans or the people within this club, he would sit there and come out with the answers to the questions that everyone's got. And it's absolutely sickening.
I completely agree with you. I really do. My final question to you before I let you go, yeah, because I'm going to let James come on have his say. All right. One, would you rate this window out of 10 for you?
Personally, I'd say a 2 out of 10, mate. I think it's an absolute stinker. Realistically, we've not addressed the main issue, which is our defence. Which any other player, like I say, whether you're a West Ham fan or you support a different club, looking in at this club right now, you would say they need a centre half who can take control and take the game by the scruff of the neck. Someone who's going to fucking celebrate a clearance, someone who's going to put their fucking head where it hurts. And we haven't done
Yeah.
that. Instead, we've gone out and signed Tati and Pablo. Pablo was sold to Gil Vicente for 200,000. West Ham have paid £20 million for him, right? Let that sink in. The fact that we have gone and spent over 100 times what this Portuguese club paid for him, and we still have not signed a centre back.
And that's a valid point for me. And I just see the latest. We've just got rid of one of our promising under 21s to a Dutch side. The club's a fucking mess, mate. It really is.
And that's exactly it, mate. People talk about the youth academy and this. I understand. I personally don't think the youth coming through right now would be good enough to save us. But
yeah,
going down next year, I'd like to see some of them given a chance because if they do perform well, not only is it something that in maybe a season's time that we can sell on for a profit, but not only that as well, it gives them fucking confidence going up next year that they can be a first team player. They can go. That's the problem with this squad right now. We've got an aging squad which needs investment. But the problem is he doesn't want to invest. He wants to recycle the money. And simply what he wants to do is then go, do you know what? I've spent that money already. Who cares? You can't do nothing about it because at the end of the day, I'm the man in charge, which is fucking sickening. It's like your boss going out and spending your wages and turning around and going, well, I'm not paying you because I've already spent it in the boozer. It's a piss take.
mate.
It's an absolute fucking piss take.
I've been there before. I've had many fights to try and get the money out of these fuckers. I must admit.
I think everybody has.
Right. Anyway, take care, Dan. All the best to you. That's been Danny in Surrey, I think he is. I think he's out in Surrey way. James, how are you doing, mate? Speak to me.
Mate, I'm fucking absolutely sick of what is going on. See that kid, there was a good call that was, right? James, I wasn't going to call in today, yeah, because I've already spoke to you the other day, but like, you have to look at this and think to yourself, like, what the fuck is happening? You know, when are they going to do the right thing? They always do the wrong thing. You know, like we've signed them two players, and that's basically it. I think I've gone offline, haven't I?
No, you're here, mate. Go on, carry on.
Oh, yeah, no. I like listen. I was watching a show last night, and people were talking like and they were saying about the previous owners, right? Let me just tell you. Do you know how much money David Sullivan has put into this club? Because I'll tell you, right?
Go on.
£50 million. That's what he's put in from when they bought the club fucking 15, 16 years ago to now. All he's done is take other people's money. They sold Daniel Kretinsky, his shares, Karen Brady brought him in. He give like whatever it was, 125, 150 million. They've already had their money back. Sullivan don't care if he fucking sinks his club down a division, because or even two, because all they'll do is they'll fucking bring it back, and then he'll mop up all the shares nice and thick. Can you see Kretinsky sitting here in fucking League One?
No way,
He's put
mate.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the geezer's put 150 million in. Trip Smith, how much did he put in when he bought his shares? Like, the gold
The thing
shares are
is,
up for sale.
right, the
Go
thing
on.
is, James, yeah, that is true because I've actually read that. I think Glenn is in the chat there. He's actually saying, yeah, 50 million is fact, right? He does it. He recycles the money, mate. That's what he does. He
Yes, it's
sells
never been his
players.
money.
Yeah, and the
It-
thing is,
it-
it's what he's doing now, right? Do you know what? Right, I fucking hate Sullivan, yeah, but I thought to myself, please do the right thing by this fan base. Fuck me, not worried about me, right? Do it right by the fan base, that because we need help, right? We need help, and he's done nothing. He's done nothing. He's sat there. He's had just under 5 weeks to sort this out, and he's leaving it now till he's got an hour and 4 minutes to go.
We've done the same thing in the summer, James. You know, we were signing these, but like Magassa was a last minute thing. You know, look how long they took over signing the goalkeeper, Hermanson. You know, you sit there and you think to yourself like that.
True.
It's a deliberate ploy. Drag it out, drag it out, drag it out, and like you know, you don't even get look. We sit there, right? Us as we're punters, aren't we, really? That's what we are. We're punters, right? So we sit here all summer and all January through the transfer window, and you sit there and you go like, oh, I'd like to see this player signing. I'd like to
Yeah.
see us get that player. And like, you know, I remember when we were signing Fernandez and I was talking to you and you was going, yeah, he's a fucking good player, I really want it. But look how long they dragged it out, James.
Do you know
And
that transfer for Fernandez quickly? Yeah, that took about 3.5 weeks to get done. Like,
yeah.
and it was like as if they was waiting for someone to come in and take the player. That's what they was doing, and then in the end they had to go and get the player because we was the only one in for the geezer. So you know,
But
I don't
they
know.
didn't show the interest until
Yeah,
like sort of maybe mid-July, not long before the season was due to kick off. So most of these players had no pre-season really. You know,
yeah,
you know you got to look at it for what it is. Like all of these things that are going on, they're not by accident. You know,
yeah.
David Sullivan, as much as we all hate him, he ain't a stupid man. He's a very manipulative con man. That's what he is. And all
That's what he is. Yeah, he's a fucking gone man all day long. Right,
but
Jake,
just
go on.
quickly, just let me quickly say this, right? You see what it is, James, yeah? There's a modern breed of fan. It's not you, it's not me. They're like the 20 somethings, the 18, 20s, 25s, yeah? Call them the modern breed of fan. This is what is going on, right? You already hit the nail on the head in the previous caller because they're seeing all this money get spent. And it's like they think David Sullivan's fucking pulling his wallet out of his back pocket and going, don't worry, I've got 20 mil here. I'll go and fucking lay it out. Look, David Sullivan ain't spending his money, mate. He's spending your money and my money and the Sky money. And that's all they've ever done is juggle the money and made everyone think that they're the ones fucking pouring the money into the club. He's had his initial
So
£50
true.
million back fucking
Do you know
years
what?
ago.
Yeah, but do you know what? Right, just to say this, yeah, I feel sorry for them fans because they're what it
So
is. They're not informed enough. Yeah, and if YouTubers have a duty of care, I have a duty of care here, right? I have to tell the truth on this channel, right? Because I can't talk bollocks because it's not right. Yeah, everyone's got a duty of care. Now, if everyone knew what was going on behind the scenes and sort of the recycling of the money, because it's a common fact. Like Glenn's in the chat, right? Glenn knows this as much as I do. Yeah, he's never spent a fucking penny, like for years. I think the last time he spent money was 2014. If someone could go back and find that, that is the last time he actually put his hand in his pocket and fucking invested money into this club. He just doesn't do it.
12 years ago. But
That's what I'm saying.
right, I'm just going to say this quickly before I go, right? I just want to say to all the people that watch and the people that watch your show after you do it, listen, you are one of the fairest people on YouTube simply because you let people come on and say what they want to say. Those that don't take that opportunity, that's their fault. I'm not saying, look, I ain't always right. None of us are ever always right. But most of the YouTubers and most of the other channels will not allow you to come on and voice your opinion. You allow people to do it, which is different. I think it's fucking superb. You know what I mean? Because we all get frustrated. Like,
What it is,
James,
James, what it is, mate, right? This channel, I've built this channel on my own, right? And I've had boys
yeah,
around me over the years who have helped me on the way, right? And then boys are still about, but they just don't come on as much, yeah, because they've got their own lives. But I can't just chuck this channel away. And there's been times before where I've looked at this channel and thought, I need to give this up. And there's something in the back of my mind keeps telling me, no, keep going, James. Keep going. You're nearly
no,
there, right?
no, no.
Right?
Listen, you got to keep it up because you are the like. Listen, I know it's a slow takeoff, right? It's like a fucking. It's like trying to run down a runway as a runner and expecting to take off. But eventually, people will realise, and more people will come on here and have their say because the frustration levels are through the roof. I know a lot of clubs are going through it at the moment, you know, and
Yeah.
everyone's complaining. Spurs are complaining. Fucking Arsenal are top of the league. They booed their fans off at Man United.
You know
You know,
what?
fuck me.
You know
Go
what?
on.
Yeah, listen, I appreciate the support. Yeah, it's not about me, but it's not about E20 Zone TV. It's about West Ham United. It always has been with me. Yeah, fuck E20 Zone TV. I couldn't give a fuck. Right, I care about West Ham United Football Club, and that is why I'm here, and that is why I let you boys and let anyone, boys, girls, whatever, yeah, come on and say whatever they want to say. Do you know what I mean? As the camera dashes. Right, James, I'm gonna have to let you go, mate. Right, because I've got Mark who
Go
wants to come on
on.
and all.
Listen, have a good night. I just want to say, we ain't. Don't expect to sign anyone, not with that little fucking prick anyway. We're just going to have to fight out the rest of the season and see how it goes. But I just want to say to all the West Ham fucking family, listen, we are one. We just need to realise that we are one. It don't matter whether you're fucking 15, 18, 20, or an old cunt like me. You know what I mean? You know, we're all together. We should be anyway. We've
Yeah,
always been a family club. Don't fucking let this little prick ruin it for you.
yeah.
Good night.
Complete. Good night. That has been James all the way out of Cyprus. Mark.
Mate, James from West Ham spokesperson, geezer.
Oh, mate, listen, I love him, mate. He's like a legend of E20 Zone
He is
TV,
a
mate.
legend. I tell you what, do you know what?
He'd be here after the bombs drop, mate, 100%.
He's wearing a Pink Floyd shirt, and I'm coming on to talk about bricks in the relegation wall. So I'll tell you what, there's a bit of a crossover between one to the other. But
Yeah, good man.
it's orchestrated, mate. Honestly, from my point of view, the biggest thing that I think everyone needs to get a grip on, I think he's made a couple of really good points there. It's orchestrated. Every time you recycle something, if you take a component part, if you take a can of Coke, right, and you melt it down, and you want to remake a can again, it's going to get weaker every time you go through the process. Unless you pour some new components in, I don't want to get too scientific or fucking geeky with everyone because it's probably not going to be interesting. But every time you don't reinforce the components, what happens to the thing? You're taking the sum of the parts and you're reducing it down a little bit, and then you pop it back up again and go, yeah, you'll be all right. You'll make it for another season. Do you know what somebody said earlier on? It's our most important window. The most important window we had was when we were on the precipice of actually being a top 4 club. And if you don't turn the screw, because think about this, if you're a businessman and you want Champions League, if you're in football for the real money, let's get down to brass tacks. You're in it for real money. Where's the money at? Champions League. The money you get every season from the TV rights, that takes you stratospheric, right? So if you're not willing to put the extra 50 million in the summer window when you've almost finished top 4 in the last season at Upton Park, you're that close, few results at the end of the season, we'd have been playing Champions League football in our first year. You ain't going to do it now. And I said from the beginning, when at the end of the summer, there was a panic moment. I don't know if that was pressure from other people in the boardroom, and that's subsided now. Because I'm sorry, but if there's anyone else sat in that boardroom that ever watches any of the West Ham fan stuff that's out there, what are you playing at?
I'm going to be honest, Mark. They are watching. They are watching every channel, and I know this for a fact. Yeah. Someone told me in America when they was out there in the summer. Yeah. Shout out to Danny. Danny knows who he is. Yeah. I've known Danny a while, right? And he said to me, Jay, he said they're fucking monitoring every channel, right? They do not want the channels, right, to come together and have this fucker out the door, right?
Also
and this is, and the thing is, a lot of it is with ego in this game, right? I've got no ego. I have anyone on this channel, right? If any YouTuber turned up on this channel, I'll welcome him because they're in my house, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'll welcome anyone into my gaff, right? The issue is that this geezer, right, this owner is destroying the club from the inside, right? And something you said to me
we're helping
today.
him though? Let me put something out there, right? And I'll tell you something about my biggest issue with our fan base. Yeah, is there's a divide. There's a massive divide between the old school and the new school. And where you and me sit in our like mid to late 30s is we've seen both sides. The generational gap between like the 55-year-old and I think the 20-year-old now is like almost, people find it very hard to cross over. 20-year-olds don't want to understand and they just call them gammons. And they're like, rather than understanding why they're annoyed about stuff and what they're annoyed about, they just go, oh, you weren't happy since we left the stadium and that's it, right? Well, no, there's more to it. There's more to it than that, because I don't want to get too deep into fucking economics and shit like that. But there's erosion of service and how people expect from things they care about. And if you give an example, 20 years ago, if you had a service from anyone, even Sky TV, they'd have had customer service, right? Why has everyone gone to fucking Amazon Fire Sticks and all that shit now? Because they're shit, the service is shit, they don't care about you as a customer, new customers get better deals. That was in capitalism for a long time, and that made its way into football, right? So what the 50-plus-year-old West Ham fans don't like is that it's sanitized. Okay, it's commercialized.
True.
It's not a family business anymore. It's not about whether you give a fuck about the club. They don't care about you. You're a customer. You're not a fan. You're a customer in the Premier League. That's what you are. You're just. And if you don't come, someone else will. And it's a London club, so a day tripper will have your ticket. So if you want to stand up and make a protest and you sell it on the exchange, go fuck yourselves, because you're helping the club make more money, right? That's why I've not gone to about 10 games this year. I've either given it to someone in my WhatsApp group who's a West Ham fan, or just leave it as an empty seat. Because every time they get some tourist into London, it's the rampant fucking commercialization of football, right? And the biggest gap we have in our fan base is somewhere between the 50-plus-year-olds who are at Upton Park, the stalwarts who were there for 40 years, and the 20-year-olds. There's a disconnect because the 20-year-olds
but you know
will
the
accept
reason
that
why.
shit.
Yeah, but do you know the reason why that is, Mark? Right, and I'll tell you the reason why that is, because Sullivan's diluted the fan base down, and he's 100%. Done it. And I've said it for years, right? I don't want to go emotional, nothing, but I've said it for years. I've said, right, there's going to be a time where we're going to have a football ground full of football fans, but no supporters in there, because what he will do is he will dilute the fan base down to the level of where no one will care about Upton Park. A 20-year-old. Yeah, but exactly. It's like that now, right? And the thing is this has been like that for the last, I would say, last 5 years, right? I think it's been.
Do you know what people have got to do? Do you know where the responsibility lies for anyone watching this, though, right? Because I'm 36. I've gone through the thing of being in my 20s and being like, I know everything, and then you get in your 30s and you realise, fuck, I don't. And then I don't know if some people get older and bitter and have that disconnect. But to me, if people just keep calling the young fans fucking idiots, and the young fans just keep calling the older fans people who didn't like change because of the club, you'll never get. We're very easy to dilute right now. Sullivan's come up like fucking Moses, mate, and just parted the sea. And West Ham
what it is,
though, two nice clusters.
I agree with you on that, Mark. I do, right? But on this one, I feel like it's been orchestrated, right, to help. He's helping Sullivan, because what he does is he's got the people, the younger fans. That's what James just said previous. Younger fans think that Sullivan's going into his back pocket and dropping a 50 mil like that, when he ain't. He's not putting no money into this club whatsoever. We all know it, right? There's people in my chat who I can see in the chat who are the same age as me, older than me, right?
Yeah.
And, we all know it, because, but the problem is he's working both sides. Sullivan's work, like that is why on the Burnley protest, that's one of the most powerful protests I've ever witnessed with West Ham. Because everyone was together and it was a united front.
But can I ask you a question though? Because that was fucking volatile, right? Is the answer violence is never the answer, and anger is never the answer. And I don't suggest anyone fucking goes to his house or attacks or does anything stupid, because you'll just get in trouble. He'd love that, because he'll put out social media saying, "Look how violent these West Ham fans are." Right?
Play the victim.
So but what I'm saying is that reached a level where I think the anger got to a point where people were willing to stand underneath them. It was visceral. That's the fucking word. It was visceral anger. It weren't like a half-assed protest. People really fucking meant it, right? Has the problem not been since, though, that one, it's never reached that level again, right? And two, because I'm starting to see consistency now. Right? Look at the the West Ham three, by the way, who got fucking banned. That's a joke, right? But look at what happened to them. Yeah, and actually think about this. He's got away with that because we are now so diluted that he's like, it's almost like a test. It's like, go on then, what are you going to do about it?
I think what it is with the situation, and I do understand it from Hammers United because I speak to Chris Mills, and Chris Mills is a good geezer, right? He's a nice bloke, and I can vouch for him. And obviously, Paul is doing his best with Hammers United. The issue is that they're between a rock and a hard place at the minute. They want to protest, they want to take it to the next level, but they don't want to jeopardise the team. One thing I will say, if West Ham goes down and West Ham are confirmed as down before the end of the season, I can guarantee these protests will go up another level.
Shit will get real at that point. Yeah,
100%. It will do, yeah. And the problem is, I don't want it to end up being a situation where it gets to a violent stage, but Sullivan's going to make this happen, though, mate. Right? Because the thing is, people have had enough. Do you know what I mean? And he does need to be thrown out this club, right? Or he does need to have protests outside his house. He needs to be unbearable for this geezer and say, you know what, look what, because I'll tell you what, he's made it unbearable for us for years, right? So maybe he should have...
Some very clever people then, smarter than you or I, that run these things, need to look at what is the limit, what's the legal limit we can go to without getting in trouble, and fucking press right up against that boundary. Yeah, because
that's what it should be.
Don't ever go over that. Like, don't ever go over it, because you'll be in trouble. He'll use it as PR against the fan base, and he'll love that. And they'll say, look at this. Oh, I'm scared. Because what happened with David Gold and his car getting stopped and chasing an old man, and that was too much. Yeah, for me, when they confronted him like that and he was just an old frail man at that point in time. That's different. David Sullivan ain't, right? He runs it. I've said this before. The Russian comparison comes up again, especially with the banning orders and this shit that's gone on. It's some Soviet Union shit going on at our club, bro. And he wears little Russian hats. He must love the culture because he's trying to run some fucking proper communistic shit at our club, where he has to say, and you either fall in line or you fuck off, and you're not even allowed to use your ticket.
Let me ask you something about this window, Mark, right? Because I'm gonna wrap this up in a little while, yeah? I'm gonna give you another sort of 10 minutes because I'm gonna be heading over to Hammer's chat. I've been given the link, yeah, so I want you to raid Hammer's chat after this video's done, yeah, because I will be there. Gio's giving me 10 minutes, you know what I mean? And that's all I need. This window, mate, for you. What are you saying? Like,
I rated it 2 out of 10 the other day, and people was on my case on the channel. Yeah, I'm telling you now, it's been 2 out of 10 because Castellanos and Pablo will work hard. They'll run about, and in the Championship, Pablo might score goals. I think we'll probably keep them. To be fair, I don't see them necessarily both going. But I've said this since the beginning. This is the beginning of what has been orchestrated fucking asset strip, right? And it's been purposeful. It's not been done because if you weren't asset stripping, people say he was surprised Paqueta wanted to leave all of a sudden. Fine. But he'd already said he was going in the summer. So you must have had a plan. There must have been a plan. You just bring that plan forward 6 months. We are the only club in the Premier League. Why we're upset as well, and to anyone fucking watching these videos and going, why do they keep moaning? We spent this much in a transfer window. It doesn't matter how much we spend. Net spend is not the fucking sum of all parts to people, right? You need to start understanding it's how you spend your money. It's how you plan.
So true.
Why is a club like Bournemouth with 13,000 fucking seat stadium able to plan 12 months in advance, and West Ham in London with our fan base, which, by the way, the reason we're massive, not the ironic reason why we sing it, but the reason we're actually massive is because our fan base is fucking mental. We've got fans. You've got blokes in America. You've got guys from up north, Liam.
Everywhere, mate.
Liam's everywhere, mate. We're in Yorkshire. We're in Scotland. We're in Ireland.
You got fucking James, mate. You got Cockney James is in Cyprus.
There you go. He's out in Cyprus, mate. He's going for halloumi and a bit of fucking lamb shank afterwards, and sitting there giving it the old irons in there, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, Mark,
to me, that's what is built on this club, though. So let me just say, they'll also say this: the bit of hope that runs through all of this shit is what is that bit? Do you know the fake? It's a song by Pablo Nutini, and fucking, I think it was Charlie Chaplin gave the big speech about machine men with machine hearts running the world. Yeah, watch that fucking speech. That's David Sullivan. It's divide and conquer.
That's what it is.
He won't be around in 10, 15 years' time, and we will still be around as a fan base. So whatever happens, when I hear people talk about, oh, the club's dead, bruv, and shout out some of the people on your channel, but they're like, oh, it's over and stuff like that. It will never be over, because even if we go down to League One, I'll still fucking be there, and we'll be fan base again, and someone will see the vision of the club and buy it and take us back to where we belong to be. So whatever damage he does to us, and hopefully he watches these videos, because whatever fucking damage you do to our club, it will repair in time. Yeah, you can scorch the fucking earth and you can get oil out of it, but when humans are gone, the earth will repair, just like West Ham fan base will
That is
repair when
true.
you're gone.
I must admit.
Yeah.
And the thing
So
is,
for all of this pain, and it is shit at the moment, I've been depressed with football. I haven't wanted to come
Yeah.
on here. I haven't wanted to watch it. I don't want to watch neutral games because it's just shit. You're just like, oh, for fuck's sake. But in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, this will be a footnote. Just
do you know what
footnote in
though,
history.
Mark, to round this up with you, yeah, that's the one thing I worry about though. It's not him going, that's the problem. Yeah, because I know he's going to end up going he's either going to be walked out or carried out. It's one of the two, right? What the problem I've got is how much damage is this prick going to do before he does go? That's the one thing I worry about. Because if he's here for the next 3 years, right, how much damage is he going to do? How much more is West Ham going to drop down? Because we're dropping like a stone in water at the minute. And listen, I'm not a fan of Nuno, right? I'm not, yeah. But on this one, I feel sorry for him a little bit because he needs help and the geezer's not helping him. Yeah, the geezer's just stood there and sort of laughing. And basically what he's trying to say is that, well, you got the players, use them. That's what it is.
In his press conference, he said, we need help. He said, we need help. And that was after getting the strikers in. So he clearly thought he needed more players and that wasn't him done, right? But do you know what? Again, people, men, women, entities buy companies, they run them into the fucking ground. Sometimes the difference with West Ham and football clubs is, unlike a company that can just go bankrupt and go into receivership, even if that happened to us, we'd have 30,000 people standing in fucking Walthamstow Flat supporting the club because we're mentalists at our heart. And in one respect, what I'd say to you is, whatever damage he does do, like, we're not going to be in League One, League Two. We'll be a fucking, at worst, a championship club. You know, even if we're a lower end championship club, we'll still have millions of fans. We've still got a 99 lease on a massive rental stadium. You know, the reality of all of that stuff still exists. So I just think, like, do you know what? I come to terms with us getting relegated at the end of that Forest game, and I said it's done. And if we stay up by a miracle, I will love it, right? But until we're mathematically ahead of a team come the end of a week, or we are within 2 points of leads at that last game, we shouldn't be debating it. We should have been buying players now. We should have been going in for your Hayden Hackneys, your people who we could have bought that would have gone down into the Championship and stayed with us. And we ain't even prepared to do that. And apparently that quote from him saying what people want to join West Ham, we're still a fucking Premier League club.
That's what makes me sick for him, mate.
At the time of writing, we are still a Premier League club. So why would you say who wants to come to us? What is he going to say when we go down? What is the excuse going to be?
We're little
old West Ham. No one wants to sign for us.
More like who's going to want to come here under your fucking control, mate? That's more to the point. That is more to the point. Yeah. Mark, any final words from you, mate, before I let you go?
Keep the fucking faith, people. At the end of the day, you love the club. It's in your heart. It will never go away. But just do yourselves a favour. And I say this as someone, I've been divisive and said stuff about fans and different people before. Get over yourself and your egos. Realise that we're at our best when we come together. Whether you're fucking 65 watching this or 15, you're a West Ham fan. The club means something to you. Don't row with other fans online, because David Sullivan was rubbing his little grabby mitts together going, oh, look at him all rowing. He loves it, mate. Don't give him the satisfaction and stick to our fucking guns. And you know what? Protests take time. Don't start slagging it off. Just give it time and let the ball pick up that snow, and it will eventually happen. Just keep the faith. That's it.
Yeah. Nice one, Mark. You take it easy, mate. That's been Marky Mark. I'm going to get him on to do a video with me in the near future. My final thought on this situation is as follows, is that we are let down yet again. Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. We're let down yet again. And Disasi, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Who fucking knows at the minute? Do you know what I'm saying? As I say, we've had under 5 weeks to sort this situation out. We've known 3 months that West Ham need defenders, and we're leaving it till the last sort of minutes and hours to go. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, I don't want to keep being like a broken record. I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over again. But we've just got to get this fucking owner out. We simply have. And he's got no ambition to stay in the league. He's got no fight in him. He's got nothing about him. Now, as I said earlier on, and I know I did lose me rag on it, but I stand by what I said. If you are preparing to leave in the summer, and this is a ploy to say, right, I'm getting rid of all the assets and I will be leaving in the summer and I'll be handing it over to someone else, tell us. There's no reason not to tell West Ham fans right now what's going on, because all West Ham fans currently right now are in the dark. they're firmly in the dark. They don't know what's going on, and they need to know what is going on right now. No one really knows. So, that's got to change, and we need to know. And obviously, we've got 14 games to go. Do you know what I'm saying? I do feel sorry for Nuno. Right? I don't like Nuno. I want Nuno out to a point. Yeah, I'm pretty much on that fence with him until he starts to do things different in a winning position. I'm on that fence with him. But I do feel sorry for Nuno tonight, because if he doesn't get the players and he needs help, and he's got a fucking prick who is not helping him, you're asking him to work with tools that are blunt, and he needs better tools. And it ain't happening. It just ain't happening. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV. I want to thank all the callers who come on tonight: Danny, James, and Mark. Anyone else who wants to come on in the near future, you're always welcome on this platform. As I always say, my house is your house, and the link is in the chat. Come on and speak your views, mate. Do you know what I mean? Because a problem shared is a problem halved in life, and that's how I work. So yeah, I will be heading over to Hammer's chat at about 6:30, 20 to 7. So you probably see me on there. I'm going to have to control myself and compose myself, because I'm on someone else's platform, and I've got to respect their platform. But I've said what I need to say on here, and I'm disgusted with the ownership of this club. I really am. But I'm not surprised, and I should learn my lesson. I just don't know. Anyway, that's enough from me. Take care of yourselves out there. Be good, and I'll see you in the next one.